So yesterday already I performed how to active administrator. Everything is recorded. I go through step by step because administrator account activation is very important. If you not activated the administrator account, you will facing lots of problem when you performing any infrastructure related practical. Here we are not configuring any single computer.
Your screen is not visible.
Multiple computers. Screen is not visible. You can rejoin. If you not visible my screen, you will rejoin. So I'm installing Windows 10 and also installing Windows 10, both Windows 10. The practical क्या? What is the main practical? First you will clear the what I shared. Practical is that how to share a file from administrator to user. कैसे फाइल को एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर से यूजर में शेयर करो. Share a file from administrator to user on workgroup. The computer one where present? Computer one present on these sides.
Administrator.
This is physically different computer, and computer two present on different side. This is also physical computer. Computer one different computer, computer two different. So sharing a file. So who have a full control? Administrator. That's why computer one administrator is present here, because administrator sharing the file to user, because user accessing the service, user receiving the service. That's why user is also present. And where it's here on workgroup. कहाँ पे शेयर करेंगे इस फाइल को? वर्कग्रुप. ओला क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
क्वेश्चन सबको क्लियर हुआ? ओला
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now let's. So basically, first I describe from installation, because here multiple candidates join new today. So I describe again the installation. How to install Windows 10. So both side I install Windows 10 1 and Windows 10. So before installation Windows 10, we must creating two folder on C drive. Where? On the VMware folder. What folder I created? Windows 10 1 and Windows 10 2. If you not forgot the if you not remember the steps, you can note down. You use one copy and then you can note down everything. And also we are creating a new folder which is Windows 10 2, because computer 2 is required. Not only one system, there is required two system. That's why I'm creating two virtual machines. All are clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Where I go, I'm clicking on file.
My control.
I'm
Go.
clicking on home tab, then clicking on create a virtual machine. Click on typical, then click on next. Choosing here ISO file of Windows 10, which is downloaded from media creation tool. Then click on next. Windows 10 detected, then click on next. Where I install CVMR Windows 10 1.
Yes, sir.
Click on C drive. I already creating one folder which is VMware. On the VMware, I already creating one folder which is Windows 10 1. Then click on OK. So what is the folder now? CVMR Windows 10 1. All are clear up to now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Where I go, click on next. Store virtual disk as a single file, 16 GB required. Then click on next and finish. So left click on virtual machine and then press any key. When you press any key, then Windows is open. Otherwise, boot normally or you will visible EFI. Lifetime not possible to install Windows 10 if you're not giving the input, because my cursor is not visible. When you press Control Alt, on the time cursor is visible. They go visible over. So when your cursor present on your own system, it's not able to install any Windows 10. Windows 10 of on VMware and also physically. You must giving the input. Press any key on your keyboard. Space button, enter button, anything. So where I go, I'm choosing here English India. Then click on next. Click on install now. Priyanshu Selva present. Priyanshu Selva. Priyanshu
Yes, sir.
present.
Yes,
Selva
sir.
present.
Selva.
Because you are new now, I'm describing the installation. Maybe all are clear.
Yes, sir.
Selva and Priyanshu. I'm clicking
Selva, I
on
don't know.
I don't have product. I'm clicking on I don't have product key. If you have product, you can enter it. Otherwise, I don't have product. Then where I go to Windows 10 Pro. Then click on next. Accept license. Click on next. Custom. Click on next. What is the difference between Windows 10 Home and Windows 10 Pro, guys? क्या difference बताया था?
Sir, in Windows 10 Pro, we can create users and workgroup and then link it with the domain.
Very good.
But in case of others, this option is not available.
Yeah. So basically, we are managing multiple users over here. That's why we follow Windows 10 Pro, not another. Because we are not able to join Workgroup to domain on another version, which is only possible on Windows 10 Pro. In Windows 10 Home and single language, it is not possible to join Workgroup to domain, and you creating multiple users on Windows 10. So I'm clicking on typical, then click on next. Also choosing Windows 10 ISO file, then click on open Windows 10 detected, then click on next. See VMware Windows 10 2 I am selected here. Then click on OK, click on next. Store virtual disk as single file, 16 GB required, click on next, then finish. That is the process to create a virtual machine, and which I described previously. That is how to install Windows 10 completely. So here also same thing, left click on virtual machine, cursor is not visible. I giving input, a space button continuously, and then represent the Windows 10 installation. If you think, sir, I'm not able to install, sir, put normally present, sir. Because you are not giving the input, sir. That's why. So you must giving the input, sir, then you will visible the Windows installation screen. I'm choosing here also the same English India. Any question up to now? Click on next. Then click on next. Anyone have any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
You are all silent. I'm totally confused. Who is getting this? Not getting. I don't know. So I'm clicking on don't have a product key. Windows 10 Pro. Then click on next. Click on I accept the license. Then click on next. Custom. Then click on next. That is the process to install the Windows 10. Any question up to now over the installation, Priyanshu and another candidate?
No, sir.
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
अच्छा, तुम लोगों का फर्स्ट काम क्या होगा? What is the first responsibility? First responsibility is there to active the administrator, which I performed yesterday. How to perform? All steps are
Yes.
open, run, press Windows plus. Where you press Windows plus on your key. Then where you go type LUSR mgr.ls. Then where you go click on OK. Then where you go double click on user. Then where you go double click on administrator. Then where you go uncheck the account is disabled. Then click on apply. Then click on OK. Right click on administrator and set password. Then set password is 12345. Then log out from current account and log on through administrator account. All are clear how to active administrator?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this is what we have to do in companies, right?
Yeah.
For
When you're installing the Windows, you must doing the same procedure on your company. If you forgot, then you also forgot the job.
So what is LUS or mgr.msp?
लोकल यूजर मैनेजमेंट, इसका कोई फुल फॉर्म नहीं, हम बता देंगे. आई प्लीज गिव मी सम टाइम्स, देन आई डिस्करेज यू, नॉट एनी. So if not clear, please take the screenshot. Here everything is written. ठीक है, तो जब तुम प्रैक्टिकल करोगे ये सब जरूरी होगा. How to active administrator, how to disable account, how to create user, how to providing permission. Providing permission किस time लगेगा? When you give you the administrator permission. When you providing administrator permission from one user to a administrator, then you can record these steps, last steps. And after giving the permission, that user treated as administrator, who done the all administrator response. All are taking screenshot.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Taking screenshot.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is the first practical. This is the ABCD on your Windows administration. Who is coming from IT? Very good. Who is coming from mechanical, civil, BA? You must do the practical, otherwise you cannot represent the practical on your interview. Okay. So from tomorrow, I request to everyone must perform the practical. Don't give any excuse. If you give excuse, you will facing too much problem on your company and placement also. I request to every candidate who performing practical, you can perform very well. Some installing Windows 10. Here also install Windows 10, that is already process. Both Windows 10 is already done. Now I go to desktop and then active the administrator. All are clear? सबको समझ में आ रहा है क्या बोल रहा हूँ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
all clear,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
तो देखो इसमें इंडिया आ रहा है. एक चीज तुम लोगों को सिखा दे रहा हूँ, पहले ही सीख जाओ, नहीं तो बाद में प्रैक्टिकल करने का टाइम दिक्कत होगा. When you performing the practical, on the time you must you are described from installation. Some candidates are already reply me, sir, my computer is slow. So I request for that candidate who facing slow speed problem will getting 22 hours to install the Windows 10. And then what will do? He will take the backup. How to take backup? Right click on Windows 10, then go to Open VM directory. तो ये मतलब ये complete install हो गया. That is already complete the installation, done the installation. So now I'm taking the data. What data I take? I take the PC VMware Windows 10 data. Normally I copy. Then where I paste. If you paste to a fresh drive, D drive, and I paste here Windows 10 VM file. Windows 10 VM file. If you want to create multiple virtual machine over these particular files, you can create a multiple systems. You don't give any excuse on tomorrow, sir, I am not complete the installation. If first you complete the installation, then you can done that process. All are clear how it is done? सिर्फ normally copy paste किया और कुछ नहीं किया. Where I copy from C drive, CVMR Windows 10 1 to D drive. And then you can edit whatever you want. This is the good way to done the practical in 2 hours. All are clear? Backup समझ में आ गया सब? How to take backup clear?
Yes, sir.
जी सर समझ में आ गया.
Right click on Windows 10, then click on fourth option. Open VM directory. All are clear? All are clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All are
Yes
clear?
sir.
Yes, sir.
तुम लोगों को
जी
ही
सर.
करना होगा प्रैक्टिकल. तो कल कोई बहाना नहीं सुनेगी कि सर my computer is too much slow. That's why I give you 12 p.m. to next day 10 a.m. You will complete the installation. So how to install already I described. Now Windows is already done. How to take backup from here? I'm right click on Windows 10, then click on Open VM directory. All are clear? Open.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
तो देखो ये फाइल कहाँ पे इंस्टॉल है? Where I install that file? CVMR Windows 10. CVMR Windows 10 1. If you're creating a two virtual machine on the same time without loss any time, you copy all the data. Where you paste, copy from C drive and paste on D drive. How to paste Windows 10 VM files. Windows 10 VM files. Then where I go, then I normally paste it. If I typing here VMware files, I normally copy it, normally paste. Where I paste? On D drive. You are editing whatever, you are editing on C drive. ठीक है? ये तुम लोगों का easiest way है. That is the easiest way to install the Windows. On VMware only, not on physical. Physically bootable pen drive से जाना. So where I go? So देखो both side is visible that screen. So now I continuing with one. So this is my PC1. All are clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
ये मेरा क्या है? PC1 है. So I am configuring the PC1. So click on India, then click on yes. English India, then click on yes. Want to add second keyboard layout? Skip it.
Yes, sir.
If anyone got left, you can miss the class. I'm so sorry if you miss the class. I request to 35 candidates please present if you interested for this course. And if you not interested, that is your decision. But I describe properly. ऐसा नहीं कि हम किसी को steps नहीं भेजेंगे It's not possible because you are all coming from non-IT, and if you are not performing the practical on your home, you are not represent the practical on company. And when you not done the practical on company, you are not selected for any job. That's why I read all the topics with proper steps. वीडियो कैप्चर करके वीडियो प्ले करके प्रैक्टिकल करेंगे तो वो बहुत प्रॉब्लम करता है। बार बार वीडियो को प्ले करो, पॉज करो, फिर टाइमिंग बहुत दिक्कत करेगी। That is too much problem you are facing. But if I give you the proper steps written on a single notes and you will note down on copy, you can understood very well and you will perform the practical when you want. All are clear what I am saying? सबको समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I am also configuring the PC2 as well because it takes too much time. Already I describe in 7 point of disadvantage. Very high, taking too much time to create a new user. So I'm also configuring PC1 and PC2 on the same time. Click on India, then click on English India. 1 to add second keyboard loud, skip it. Then where I go? PC1. तो देखो PC1 में क्या बोल रहा है? How would like to set up? Click on set up for personal use, then click on next. Then where you go? Click on offline account. Then click on limited experience. Who is going to use this PC? I am using one. Click on next. Click on next. All are clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Click on next.
Yes, sir.
They are also performing the same practical, but it takes too much time. Skip it. Anyone done this the same practical? किसी ने किया है?
Hello, sir. Sir, while downloading the ISO file of Windows 10, I got an error like just a minute. Yeah. There was a problem running this tool. We are not sure what happened, but we are unable to run the tool on your PC. I got this error.
Okay. Share on tomorrow. I definitely help.
Okay.
I shared you the steps how to download Windows. I request to everyone please
Yeah,
follow
same.
the steps and downloaded the ISO file first. Then I help. Without ISO file, I'm not helping you because ISO file is important when you done the practice. So I request to everyone must downloaded the Windows 10 ISO, and then I obviously help. I give you the screenshot as well. If you have any issue, you can follow that screenshot and you can go through. Okay? Maybe all are taking screenshot. Please take it and download it on
Yes, sir.
Windows 10. When you're performing the practical, that ISO file is required. If you think, sir, I have already installed the ISO, why it's required? If you think, so you are not done the practical. You are done the download, obviously you will done the practical. Where I go, click on access. So that's why I request to everyone, please perform the practical and share your problem. Without ISO, I cannot help you because I not understood what problem you are facing. And if you're facing on downloading problem, you also tell that I take your remote and solve the problem.
Sir, one question I'm having. सर सपोज सर हमने सर ये PC1 हमने अगर हम ये हमारी फर्स्ट वर्चुअल मशीन जो हमने उससे कॉन्फ़िगर कर लिया टिल द मतलब हमने एडमिन अकाउंट को भी एक्टिवेट कर लिया है, एनेबल कर लिया है, तो उसके बाद अगर मैं इस वर्चुअल मशीन के फोल्डर से कंटेंट को कॉपी करता हूँ और डायरेक्टली एक नया फोल्डर बना के वहां पे पेस्ट कर देता हूँ तो वर्चुअल मशीन काम करेगी?
समझा नहीं क्या बोले।
मतलब मैं ये कह रहा हूँ अगर मेरी फर्स्ट वर्चुअल मशीन सेटअप हो गई है कंप्लीटली टिल द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर पार्ट, ओके, उसके बाद मैं नई वर्चुअल मशीन क्रिएट करना चाह रहा हूँ, तो मैं फर्स्ट वर्चुअल मशीन के फोल्डर से सब कंटेंट कॉपी करके
कॉपी कर
नए
सकते हो, लेकिन मतलब मूव मत करो। मूव करोगे तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा।
हाँ, मुंह में तो वो प्रॉब्लम
जैसे
करेगा अगर मैं कॉपी।
हाँ जैसे हाँ, और एक चीज यहाँ पे समझना है, you will not running the same virtual machine on the same files. So you will pause one system and then you can changing the hostname, changing the IP and then perform it. ठीक है, मतलब एट ए टाइम मतलब सेम वर्चुअल मशीन सेम फाइल्स नहीं चले। ठीक है, उसके लिए तुमको दो चीज चेंज करना है, वन इज hostname and one is IP, then it will work. Okay.
ओके ओके
So computer one present and computer one present on which account? Computer one present on one account.
यस
So here also the same thing. Click on personal use, then click on next. Click on offline account. Limited experience. Who is using this PC here? 2. Because this is PC2. So I am enter
Yes.
2 because this account is got disconnected after activating the administrator. Only administrator account is required, not account not required another account. All are clear?
यस सर
Yes, sir.
Keep it.
Yes, sir. Clear,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Click on accept. $39 to $33. Another all are not understood if you are not present. I request of every candidate after 5 minutes it got disconnected and you can rejoin everyone. If you not join, you will not understand. So where I go, this already present on two account. Computer one present on one account, computer two present on two account. So I go to computer one and type lusr mgr.msc. First I activating the administrator account. प्रैक्टिकल को थोड़ा समझने के लिए कोशिश करो क्योंकि विदाउट प्रैक्टिकल तो पॉसिबल नहीं है, फिर भी देखो पॉसिबल है तो. So where I go, I am activating the administrator account. How to activate administrator? All steps are written. Please read the lines. So where I go, I am directly go to run and type lusr mgr.msc. After opening lusr mgr.msc, this tab is open. Who tell me, sir, what is lusr mgr.msc? This is your answer. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Who asking the question, sir? Why we are entering lusr mgr.msc? That is the full form. Full form, no? That is the tools to
Okay,
managing it. Okay, so then click on user, then double click on administrator, then only uncheck on account is disabled. This point. Only remove the account is disabled. Remove the account is disabled. Uncheck the account is disabled. Click on apply, then click on OK. Right click on administrator, then go to set password. Then where I go to proceed. What I proceed here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All are clear?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Any doubt up
Yes,
to
sir.
now? किसी का कोई
No,
doubt है?
sir.
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir.
Now, yesterday already I shared you the screen but not done the practical. How to disable account? तो disable करने के लिए क्या करेंगे? Check कर देंगे. If you disable on the time, check the account is disabled. When you active account, uncheck the account is disabled. All are clear?
Yes,
Up
Yes,
to
sir.
now,
Yes.
everything is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Response me. 35
Yes.
candidate
Yes.
response me.
All clear, sir.
Yes.
Which account is not required?
Yes,
One
sir.
account is not
One.
required. Double click on one, then only check on account is
Account is
disabled.
disabled.
Click on apply, click on OK. Then where I go, log out through one account and log on through administrator account. Log out, so I go to sign out. Then where I go, administrator account. What is the administrator password? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All are clear. Log on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो कंप्यूटर 2 में भी सेम करना पड़ेगा. Computer 2, where I go, run. What I type here, LUSR MGR MSC.
MSc.
Double click on user, double click on administrator, then uncheck the account is disabled, then click on apply, then click on OK.
Okay.
Then where I go, then I go to right click on administrator, then go to
Set
set
password.
password, then click on proceed.
Proceed.
What I enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That is different computer. That is computer 1, PC1, and that is computer 2. Then how to disable account? That is also the same step. When you disable, check the account is disabled.
Check the-
When you active, uncheck the account is disabled. So where I go, double click on 2, then check on account is disabled.
Disable.
Click on apply, click on
Then
OK.
Okay.
Then where I go, log out from administrator 2 and log on through administrator.
Administrator.
Log out from 2 account.
2.
Log on through administrator.
Administrator
Administrator.
account.
What is the administrator password? 1, 2, 3, 4,
3, 4,
5.
5.
All are clear? Log
Yes, sir.
out.
Yes, sir.
किसी का कोई डाउट है एक्टिव डीएक्टिवेटेड में?
No, sir.
जो है वो समझ में आ जाएगा, लेकिन जो लेट से आए आओगे, जैसे सूरज है, सूरज अभी ज्वाइन किया, पता नहीं क्यों आई एम सो सॉरी, मैंने बोला ना कि लास्ट तक रहना, हम बता देंगे तुम लोगों को कि दिस इज द लास्ट. नाउ थैंक यू फॉर 12 to 10 to 12 candidate. Now I have another batch. I mentioned you. Not an issue. So I request to everyone, please rejoin. I request to everyone, please rejoin it. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
I request to everyone, please rejoin again. I request to all candidates. Here 32 candidates still present. So please rejoin.